Dear students, today's science class will discuss about the chapter Statics and Dynamics of Liquid and Gas. From the topic of this chapter, there are two terms comes out distinctly, that is statics and dynamics. So what does statics mean and dynamics mean? Statics means in physics the forces which act while the body is stationary or at rest, and dynamics when the body is in motion, it is called dynamic or dynamics. Of liquid and gas means it is clear that we will discuss about gas and liquid, the statics and dynamics of liquid and gas. So to clear the concept of this chapter, first topic we have to make our concept clear is pressure. So what is pressure? You have heard this term many times, I suppose, but actually what does it mean? It means the force per unit area of surface. So force per unit area of surface. So the force applied per unit area of surface. So when a force is applied on any surface, okay, it is called pressure. Per unit area, per unit is the uh, per unit area is the length, breadth, area of the surface. Suppose this is the area, length and breadth of this rectangle. This is the area, and the force acting on it is called pressure. So we see in our daily life, okay, different types of work we do with pressure. If the force is constant and the area is greater, the pressure will be less, and the area is smaller, the force is constant, the pressure will be more. In If we write this in mathematical terms, the formula of pressure is equal to force by area. It is clear from this formula that pressure is directly proportional to force. Pressure is directly proportional to force. Means that when a force is increased, pressure will be increased, given the condition that area is constant, area is fixed. Vice versa, if the force is constant and the area is increased, the force will be less. Means pressure, when force will be increased, pressure will increase given the area is constant, and if area is increased, the force is constant, the pressure will decrease. Okay, so if you see in your daily life that if the area is small and the pressure is fixed, yeah, the force is fixed, we have to, the pressure will be more. I'll give you a live demonstration of this. This is a cup, okay, paper cup, and on top of that I have attached a paper with a rubber band. So if we try to break this, apply pressure, okay, with a blunt, this whose area is more, this pen, this back side of the pen whose area is more, if we apply force on this, we are applying force but it doesn't break. But if we choose the pointed area of this pen whose area is very small compared to this end, it will break, see, okay. So the pressure increases if the area is less. Here the area of this tip of the pen is less, or the contact with this surface when the force is making is impact on this surface, this area is less, but whereas this end of the pen the area is greater, okay. I hope you understand this much. So pressure is equal to force by area. So unit of force, pressure, sorry, in SI. We have learnt in our previous class that the SI unit of force is Newton, denoted by N, okay, and area we all know in SI system it is meter square, okay. So it will be the SI unit of pressure, SI unit of pressure is equal to N M minus 2. Why minus 2? If it goes above, the power will be converted into minus from mathematics, okay. If the M square, if it gets above, okay, it will become minus 2. That's why minus 2, Nm minus 2 Newton per meter square. It is called Newton per meter square, per square meter or meter square, okay. Nm, Newton per meter square, Newton per square per meter square is also called Pascal, or denoted by PA, okay. There are also other examples. Suppose in a wet ground, if you drop a brick on its flat end, what will happen? And if you drop a brick vertically, what will happen? On a wet ground, if you drop a brick horizontally and if you drop a brick vertically, means if you drop either this or you drop this way. So you can see here the area is greater, and if you drop like this the area is smaller. So when the area is greater and the force is constant, what will happen? There will be less pressure. Okay, and when the area is less and the force is constant, the pressure will be more. Okay, the impact on the ground will be more in this case, and you will see that it will, when it touches the ground or the mud, wet soil, it will go beneath some part of it. Okay, whereas it will not penetrate the soil if you drop this brick this way. Next we will discuss about effect of pressure. Effect of pressure. So here we are discussing about liquid and gas. Okay, so in case of liquid, if the depth of the liquid is more, the pressure will be more. Okay, if you increase the depth of a liquid, means more the depth, in the depth part of the liquid, the pressure will be more compared to the shallow part. Means if you see in an ocean, on the surface pressure is less, whereas in the bottom of the ocean, bottom of ocean or sea, pressure is more. Okay, to understand this you can do an experiment. Take a bottle, and do a puncture at the bottom, and at the top. Not very big, not a big hole, but a small one. And if you fill it with water, you will see the water coming out will cover a long distance, whereas this hole, the water will not uh, cover a much larger distance compared to the water gushing out from the bottom hole. Okay, means at the top of the bottle the pressure is less pressure, whereas here more pressure. Okay, so the pressure of a liquid increases with the increase in depth. So what we learn? Pressure of a liquid increases with the increase of depth. Okay. This is an effect of pressure. Next is the we see that a liquid or a gas, effect of pressure. Okay, these are a liquid or a gas flows from and from a place of higher pressure to a place with lower pressure. Okay, we'll see a liquid or a gas flows from a place of higher pressure to a place of lower pressure. So this examples of this you can see that if you keep you have seen some low pressure area in atmosphere. Okay, nimno chap, you have often heard this term in your geography or something like that, or the we can see that land and sea breeze. Okay, land and sea breeze of uh, besides the seashore. Okay, seashore, land and sea breeze, land and sea breeze. What happens during the day? The land gets heated up. Okay, and the air above land rises up, creating a area of uh, low pressure. Okay, so the area, the wind from a area a place of higher pressure moves to a area of low pressure. Similarly, this happens. Okay, you can take out examples in case of liquid also. In liquid, if you take a jar and fill it with liquid, and take a bucket, small bucket, and fill it with less water, very less water, and if you connect a pipe, you will see that water will grow from this side to this because you have taken a large jar. Okay, so the pressure over here will be more, pressure is more at the bottom, uh, and in the bucket at the bottom you have taken less water, the pressure is low, so water will move in this direction. Okay, from the jar to the bucket. Next we'll come to the concept of Bernoulli's principle. So what does Bernoulli's principle state? Bernoulli's principle state that a moving gas or a liquid has less pressure where its speed is more. A liquid or a liquid or a gas has less pressure at the place where its speed is more. For this, you can um, understand it better with some examples. Okay, suppose you take a paper. Okay, see this paper. If you take a paper, see this is pointing downwards. But if you blow air with your mouth, see the paper is getting straight. Okay, but if the paper is kept like this, if the paper is kept like this, okay, and if you blow air between this, what will happen? The it will not get straight or blown into air. Okay, this is the whole concept, that when the air is gushing, you are blowing the air, the surface, the pressure exerted on this paper is less. Okay, so from this you can understand what is Bernoulli's principle. There are many such examples you can see in your daily life where the Bernoulli's principle is exhibited. Okay, um, what does the Bernoulli's principle? I will repeat again, that a moving gas or liquid exerts has less pressure at a place where its speed is more. So another experiment, you can see that if you take, it's not possible always to show all the experiment in this small frame of camera. You can uh, you can do it in your home. I'll explain it. So if you hold two sheets of paper parallel to each other like this, okay, keeping a small gap in between them. Now if you blow air heavily between them, the paper will come closer to each other. Okay, as the speed of air blowing between them is more than that of outside. So according to Bernoulli's principle, pressure outside will be more than that in the gap between the paper, and the papers would come close. Okay. So that's it for today's science class.